2155, 7 towers would grow through the surface of Earth, nurtured by the poisoned mind of the Drudgeon, who lived on a distant planet. No one ever knew the origin of these structures, which seemed to sprout upwards from the Earth's core. They brought with them prophecies from prophets, religions, and the insane. They caused mass panic as more and more appeared around the world, and their true nature was never fully understood. The military harnessed their power to be used as a weapon, but with towers emerging all over the globe, their use in combat was agreed to be controlled in a global treaty. Together with the advancement in neurological drugs, the aftermath of the Third World War, and the appearance of alien life 100 years prior, the Earth was an unstable and uncertain place. The super police were introduced to help control the cities and enforce the mandate of the government. But poverty was more of a global problem than the unrest and disobedience of societies. After the Third World War, technological development and ecological advancement was halted to resist the horrors that the world had seen during the last global conflict. The towers that grew through the planet were seen by many to be a sign of God, of which they could not fully understand. Indeed, if the Drudgeon were a god, this would be his plan. His influence had even caused the war which was allowing the planet to prepare for his coming. But without the influence of the Dark Wizards, the Drudgeon would be a peaceful and inspiring creature. Twisted and poisoned, the Drudgeon had been working telepathically with the Dark Wizards for many years since their arrival on Earth, after departing the planet Fate. The Dark Wizard's beliefs had been slowly sown into the faith and ways of religion, society, and culture throughout the ages. Experience had become the advancement that the Dark Wizards needed to utilize the Drudgeon's power to its full potential. The experience gun was used to exchange people's own unique experience between one another. It was the latest drug to take people away from their personal reality and to be consumed by that of another. The lens of the experience gun was the technology that the Dark Wizards planned to use on a massive scale. By placing a lens in front of the sun and projecting the Drudgeon's mind onto the whole world, they would use his influence throughout the entire world. A group of anti-government rebels, led by a man known as Danger Feldman, had learned of this plan to install the lens satellite. They planned to destroy the factory where the lens was being constructed, citing this as the end game in a long history of government manipulation. Julia Connolly, a former experience dealer, was swept up by the plan to overthrow the government's plans and wanted her boyfriend, Gary Sotilos, to join her in this final battle. However, Sotilos had left his apartment and New London altogether, seeking solitude on the shores in a solitary beach hut. His alcoholism and disbelief of Feldman's wild ideas had consumed him so much that he was prepared to leave his life behind him. Unbeknown to the inhabitants of Earth, the Drudgeon was growing the towers from the ground around the world to turn the planet into a giant super weapon. when the Dark Wizard's plan to turn everyone into loyal servants of the Drudgeon was complete, the planet would be his, and it would also be his weapon. He would use this newly converted world to advance his dominance in the universe. When the rebels began their assault on the facility that was constructing the Lens satellite, they were not expecting so much resistance from the soldiers who guarded it. A fierce battle ensued with many lives being lost. The Drudgeon listened to the sounds of combat through his cosmic consciousness. Slowly he remembered a similar conflict from many ages ago in a different place. He had remembered the good wizards of fate when they fought the dark wizards in a final battle which decided the future of that now barren world. The dark wizards won on fate, and he could not let this happen again. The Drudgeon awoke from his slumber and headed to Earth to put the wrong things right and to change this nightmare from becoming his reality. Entering a state of deep meditation, the Drudgeon levitated away from his place of rest towards the black hole nearby his planet, which allowed passage to Earth. Once in the Earth's solar system, the Drudgeon headed towards Earth to destroy the satellite which had been placed ready to alter the minds of humanity. He used his psychic powers to dismantle and demolish the satellite, and with his remaining strength, communed with the sun. The Drudgeon disappeared from the physical plane, but his mind and consciousness transferred into the sun. Rays of light entered the Earth's atmosphere from the sun that carried the Drudgeon's message of peace and the truth of green, which was once again known. The truth of green was nature itself. By the year 2200, Earth was a harmonious planet, with its inhabitants working in unity to explore space and find a meaning to their own existence. The mind of the Drudgeon left the sun at this time, when he felt that humanity was ready, and legend has it that he returned to his original homeworld to once again live in peace.